Hi there folks, welcome back to Rich Reviews. I want to thank everyone who's been commenting, liking, subscribing to this channel. Help me get to 100 subscribers, that'd be awesome folks. Help me get to 300 views on the 13th documentary, that'd be awesome. The first film I wanted to get to is Resident Evil, the final chapter. And this is written and directed by Paul W.S. Anderson. He's directed 4 out of these 6 films, if you can believe it or not. I like to say Resident Evil, the final chapter, with these particular set of actors here. And if you see a movie with the subheading, the final chapter, you definitely know there's going to be another film right after this, because has there ever been a history of film where the final chapter has been indeed the final chapter? No. If you can, please put that in the comment section below, that'd be wonderful. So you would think to yourself that this being the final chapter, that Mr. Anderson would come up with something special to remember the series by, folks. Sadly, that just isn't the case. So, Alice, once again played by Milla Jovovich, again finds herself in a barren wasteland fighting the undead after the events of Resident Evil Retribution in the nation's capital. There's one very large-ass monster that attacks her from the air, which I guess is interesting. I don't play this video game, so you have to tell me if that actually is part of the game. Then later on, she's contacted by the Red Queen from Resident Evil 1, and this is played by Everett Anderson, who informs her that the Umbrella Corporation has created an antivirus that can be spread into the air, that can effectively kill all the undead. But the thing is, it's hiding under Raccoon City. How would you like your city to be named Raccoon City of all things? And Alice heads off to Raccoon City. She once again meets up with the Clara Redfield character played by Ali Larter, and she hasn't been seen since Afterlife. Though at the same time, the Umbrella Corporation, led by Dr. Isaacs, played by Ian Glenn, and Wesker, played by Sean Roberts, they clearly know that Alice is after them, and they do everything in their power to stop her from going into the Umbrella Corporation's lair and finding the antivirus that will stop them, the undead, but ultimately they have a plan themselves. Again, the whole thing underneath the ground is basically a giant arc, you know. There is a probable exception of Resident Evil Extinction, which was a cross between a post-apocalyptic western, The Road, and The Birds with zombies, you know, which all made for a very bizarre film. I can't say I ever really liked any of these films. Resident Evil, the final chapter, makes no attempt to say to itself, okay, we'll try to be anything more than what we are. Essentially what this film, literally, it's a video game now. It is, because we have some dialogue, action, eventually get to the boss level. And, I mean, Wesker gets to death there, and that's so laughably bad that it's amazing that it was actually shot. And Dr. Isaac, he's just a pompous jerk. All Dr. Isaac is there for is to provide exposition. And again, an attempt is made here to explain the history of the Umbrella Corporation as to why it created the T4 cell virus. There's also a revelation here about Alice, but that is at best lazy filmmaking. I'm going to go off a tangent here, folks. Is that now, according to IMDb, this is the first time that the Underworld series and the Resident Evil series have been released in the same year and the same month. Well, you know, if one were to ask what is a better film series, I'll be honest, I go with Resident Evil, which is something I never thought I'd say, because Underworld tries to go for this gothic narrative and tries to be something interesting that totally flat out fails. Resident Evil never tries to be anything more than it is, and even then it fails. Underworld, you know, has Kate Beckinsale a hot outfit and not anyone else supporting much. It's like, yes, Michael, she was in a film or two. Not really anyone to play off Kate Beckinsale with. With Resident Evil, you got Milla Jovovich, who's a very competent actress. You got, in a few films, you got Michelle Rodriguez, you got Ali Larter, you got Odin Fair, you got Wentworth Miller in a film. Again, a lot of these actors are reasonably good, but they're stuck in a film franchise that is absolutely not worthy of them specifically. There is talk of them doing a Resident Evil TV show. I'm sorry, I'd rather watch The Walking Dead than have them do a Resident Evil TV show. It already has grossed $117 million worldwide, I think on like a $25 million budget, I think. So in the end, folks, Resident Evil, the final chapter, is really a lazy way to go out for a film franchise. And what I'm going to do is I'm giving this an only see it when you're drunk rating. Yeah, I'm playing Resident Evil. Hooray! Zombies attacking me, man! You know, there you go. If you're a fan of this franchise and the video games, you might have a ball with this. Again, there you go. So, folks, what did you think about Resident Evil, the final chapter? Did you happen to like it? Did you happen to care for it at all? What's your favorite Resident Evil film, or what is your favorite Resident Evil game? What's your favorite video game turned film? You know, there you go. As always, folks, like, comment, and subscribe. Enrich yourself with knowledge. If you want to see this handsome face again, click the subscribe button. I'm always here to answer questions, comments. As always, folks, I'll see you next time.